If you're 65 to 80, stop doing this now. It's secretly harming your health. There's something I need to tell you. And if you're between 65 and 80 years old, or you love someone who is, then this message might just be one of the most important things you'll hear this year. Because while everyone talks about what you should do to stay healthy at your age, very few people talk about what you should stop doing. And trust me, sometimes, what you stop doing is even more important than what you start. I've spent over 2 decades immersed in stories of aging, stories of strength, struggle, healing, and heartbreak. I've seen strong men lose their independence because of one silent habit. I've seen vibrant women slowly decline, not because of disease, but because of one simple thing they were never warned about. That's why this video exists. Not to scare you, but to wake you up with kindness. I'm going to walk you through 6 common things people over 65 do every day that are quietly damaging their health. Some of them might shock you. And then, I'll show you exactly what you can do instead, simple changes that can protect your bones, your memory, your joints, and most importantly, your dignity. Let me ask you something. What's the very first thing you do when you get out of bed in the morning? Most people don't even think about it. Maybe you sit on the edge of your bed, stretch a little, rub your eyes, and head straight to the bathroom. Or maybe, like so many seniors I've worked with over the years, you reach for your morning pain pills, a couple of tablets to take the edge off your knees, back, or stiff fingers. And then, you make yourself a quick cup of coffee, maybe toast or cereal, and you sit down. TV on, medication in your system, and caffeine starting to kick in. It feels normal, familiar, comforting. But here's the silent truth no one talks about. Warning, what's wrong with this routine? You might be thinking, I've done this for years. It's just how mornings go. But for many older adults, this exact routine is a trap. Why? Because that combination, painkillers plus caffeine plus minimal hydration, puts tremendous pressure on your kidneys, your heart, and even your memory. Hot beverage painkillers plus coffee equals dangerous combo? When you take common over-the-counter pain medications, especially NSAIDs like ibuprofen, on an empty stomach, you increase your risk of stomach lining erosion, internal bleeding, reduced kidney function, and, ironically, more pain over time due to inflammation rebound. Now add coffee to the mix. Coffee acts as a diuretic, meaning it causes your body to lose fluids. And at your age, dehydration doesn't just mean feeling thirsty. It can mean dizziness, confusion, muscle cramps, and a higher risk of falls. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just doing what no one told you not to do. Light bulb, what you should do instead. Real-world fix. Here's a gentle but powerful shift I've taught countless people over 65, and it changes lives. Start your day with water, not pills, not coffee. Place a glass of water next to your bed. Drink it before you stand up. Wait at least 20 to 30 minutes after drinking water before taking any pain medication. Eat a light snack first, like a banana or some yogurt, and delay that coffee until you've hydrated properly. This tiny shift supports your kidneys, cushions your stomach, boosts brain clarity, and reduces the need for additional meds. Brain, a story from a real person just like you. I once worked with a retired teacher named Margaret. She was 74, sharp as a tack, but always felt dizzy in the mornings. She thought it was just getting old. But when we adjusted her morning routine, water first, food second, pills last, her dizziness vanished within 2 weeks. She told me, I feel like I got 10 years of life back, just by changing how I start my day. That's the power of small, thoughtful changes. No gimmicks, no magic pills, just listening to your body. Footprints, what comes next? In the next part of our story, we'll talk about something even more surprising. The everyday activity most seniors think is healthy, but actually speeds up aging. It's something people are told to do more often, but if done wrong, it can hurt your joints, blood pressure, and even your brain. You've probably heard it 1,000 times by now. Just keep moving. Go for a walk every day. Stay active. It keeps you young. And it's true, to an extent. But what most people don't know is that for adults between 65 and 80, not all movement is created equal. In fact, some very common types of exercise can actually speed up joint degeneration, increase inflammation, and leave you more fatigued than energized. Let's talk about long-distance walking. Seems harmless, right? Even healthy. But I want to share something I've observed in many older adults over the years. Those 10,000-step daily routines, they don't work the same way for a 70-year-old as they do for a 30-year-old. If you're forcing yourself to do long walks on hard pavement every day, especially with knee pain, hip stiffness, or lower back issues, you could be accelerating cartilage wear and triggering inflammation deep in your joints. I've seen folks who push themselves to walk several miles every day, thinking they were doing the right thing, only to end up needing a knee replacement far sooner than expected. Here's why. As we age, the cushioning cartilage between our bones starts to wear down naturally. The synovial fluid that keeps joints lubricated becomes thinner. Muscles lose some of their elasticity and strength. So every step you take on hard surfaces with shoes that don't support you, that impact is traveling up through your feet, knees, hips, and lower spine. Day after day, this leads to micro damage, the kind that doesn't hurt at first, but builds over time. And then one morning, you wake up and say, why does everything ache even though I've been so active? The goal is not to stop moving. The goal is to move smarter. Swap long, fast-paced walks for shorter, gentler ones on softer surfaces like grass or indoor tracks. Focus on low-impact movement, Tai Chi, water aerobics, yoga, or simple stretching. Wear shoes with good arch support. This alone can prevent a ton of pain. Always start and end with a few minutes of gentle joint mobility exercises. Think of it like this. You're not just trying to burn calories. You're trying to preserve the machinery that lets you keep enjoying life. Harold was 78 when I met him. He was walking 5 miles a day, rain or shine, but he looked miserable. His knees were inflamed. His posture was crumbling. We scaled back to 30 minutes of walking on grass, added in 10 minutes of morning stretching, and introduced him to chair yoga. 2 months later, he sent me a message. I feel lighter, stronger. My mornings aren't a fight anymore. And the best part? He still gets his movement in, but now it feels like nourishment, not punishment. Just because something is healthy for others doesn't mean it's healthy for you. The key to aging well isn't just doing more. It's doing what's right for your specific body today. So if something hurts, if you feel drained after your daily movement instead of refreshed, that's not weakness. That's wisdom knocking. Listen to it. You've had dinner, maybe watched a little TV. You're ready to wind down for the night. So you crawl into bed, turn out the lights, and grab your phone just for a few minutes, just to scroll. But those few minutes? They're stealing your rest, disrupting your hormones, and quietly aging your brain. It's not just about being on your phone late. It's about how your brain interprets that light. You see, your body has something called a circadian rhythm, a natural internal clock that tells you when to feel awake and when to feel sleepy. That rhythm is light sensitive. And when your eyes absorb the blue light from your phone or tablet, your brain gets a dangerous message. It's daytime. Stay alert, even if it's 11 p.m. and you're lying in the dark. This disruption doesn't just make it harder to fall asleep. It actually delays melatonin release, the hormone that helps your body relax and repair itself overnight. And if you're over 65, this matters even more, because melatonin levels naturally decline as we age, which means older adults are already at risk of fragmented, shallow sleep. Without deep sleep, your brain struggles to clear out cellular waste and toxins, consolidate memory, regulate mood, prevent neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. But that's not all. Your sleep isn't just about your brain. It also directly affects your immune system. In fact, studies have shown that even just one night of poor sleep reduces the body's ability to produce cytokines, proteins that help fight off infection. Over time, consistent late-night phone use can weaken your immune defense, increase inflammation, and leave you more vulnerable to chronic illness. I didn't realize how much my evening screen time was draining me. My sleep was light. I was irritable and always waking up tired. After cutting out phone time before bed, I felt the change in just a week. Now I sleep deeper. I even remember my dreams again. Linda T. Age 71. When you're asleep, your body is repairing. Your cells are rebuilding. Your brain is detoxing. Don't rob yourself of that gift by keeping your eyes glued to a screen. You deserve the kind of rest that restores you, not just closes your eyes for a few hours. The morning sun is rising. You wake up early. You reach for your favorite drink, a piping hot cup of black coffee, maybe even two. You sip it while reading the news, doing your crossword puzzle, or just sitting quietly. And for years, you've believed it's doing you good. But here's the truth. Coffee first thing in the morning may be silently working against you, especially if you're over 65. Let's be clear, I'm not anti-coffee. In moderation and at the right time, it can actually provide some benefits. But when you drink coffee right after waking up, you might be doing 3 things that are harmful to your health: spiking your cortisol, stress hormone, dehydrating your body after 7 to 8 hours without fluids, disrupting your natural energy rhythm. When you first wake up, your body naturally produces a cortisol surge. That's what helps you feel alert and get going. But if you add caffeine at the same time, you're doubling down on cortisol. That may lead to higher blood pressure, increased anxiety, faster mental fatigue, disrupted hormonal balance in seniors. Coffee is a diuretic. It makes you lose water. And remember, when you sleep for 6 to 8 hours, you're not drinking. So your body wakes up already in a mild state of dehydration. If the first thing you do is drink coffee, you're flushing out more fluids, before giving your body what it truly needs. This can lead to headaches, dizziness, slower thinking, joint stiffness. Here's what I recommend. Start your morning with warm water and lemon or herbal tea. Wait at least 60 to 90 minutes after waking up before your first cup of coffee. Limit yourself to 1 to 2 cups max, and drink water alongside it. Avoid coffee after 2 p.m. This gives your body time to wind down properly at night. Want a better energy habit? Try these instead. 10 minutes of morning stretching or gentle tai chi. A quick walk outside. Natural light helps balance melatonin. Light breakfast with healthy fats and protein like eggs or avocado toast. Add magnesium-rich foods like bananas or spinach to support brain clarity. I always thought coffee was my friend, but I was jittery, tired by 11 a.m., and always thirsty. After shifting to lemon water in the morning and waiting to have coffee at 9 a.m., I felt more balanced. My energy lasts longer, and I no longer crash by midday. James C., age 74. The goal isn't to deprive yourself. It's to support your body, especially your aging body, in the ways it truly needs. And sometimes that means asking, is this habit helping me live stronger, longer, and better? If the answer is no, it might be time to let it go. For decades, you've heard it's the best way to start your day. Doctors pushed it. Commercials praised it. Even the box says heart healthy in big, bold letters. But for older adults, especially between ages 65 to 80, this popular breakfast staple might be silently working against you, increasing joint pain, blood sugar spikes, and even inflammation in the brain. I know, it's easy, it's quick, and hey, it's got fiber, right? But most cereals, even the ones that claim to be healthy, are made with refined grains, added sugars, and preservatives. These ingredients can wreak havoc on the aging body. Let's talk inflammation. When you eat something high in refined carbs and sugar, your body reacts. It produces inflammatory markers, the same kind that can aggravate arthritis, worsen joint stiffness, slow down healing, cloud your memory. The older we get, the harder it is to calm these reactions down. That's why what you eat, especially first thing in the morning, matters more than ever. Many cereals contain as much sugar as a dessert. You might not even realize it, because the sugar comes in the form of evaporated cane juice or maltodextrin. But your body knows. It spikes your blood sugar fast, then it crashes. And with that crash comes brain fog, fatigue, irritability, cravings. For seniors managing diabetes or prediabetes, this kind of breakfast can be a dangerous trap. Surprisingly, many processed cereals are acid-forming in the body. That means your system has to work harder to balance pH. Sometimes, it does that by pulling calcium from your bones. Over time, this may increase your risk of osteoporosis and fractures. Let's be clear. Skipping breakfast isn't the answer. You just need the right kind of fuel. Here are better options for older adults. White heavy checkmark steel cut oats with chia seeds and a handful of berries. White heavy checkmark Greek yogurt, plain, full fat, with walnuts and cinnamon. White heavy checkmark avocado toast on sprouted grain bread. White heavy checkmark eggs with sautéed spinach and olive oil. White heavy checkmark smoothies with protein, healthy fats, and low glycemic fruits. I used to eat cereal every morning with skim milk. I thought I was doing it right, but my knees always hurt and I needed a nap by 10 a.m. After switching to eggs and avocado, the difference was night and day. My energy came back, my knees stopped aching, and I didn't need sugar at all anymore. Mary B., 68. The key to staying healthy in your golden years isn't just exercise or medication. It's awareness, knowing which habits, even the small ones, are lifting you up or slowly breaking you down. And it starts with breakfast. You've probably heard the phrase, sitting is the new smoking. At first, it sounds like an exaggeration. But for adults over 65, it's not just catchy, it's dangerously accurate. Even if you take that 30-minute walk in the morning, sitting for the rest of the day could be silently shaving years off your life. The human body wasn't designed to sit for 8 to 10 hours a day. But with modern living, especially in retirement, it's easy to spend most of the day seated, at the table, on the couch, in the car, at the computer. And here's what happens when we do. Blood flow slows, increasing risk of clots. Muscles weaken, especially in the legs and hips. Metabolism slows, making it harder to maintain a healthy weight. Joint stiffness and back pain increase risk of diabetes, heart disease, and cognitive decline goes up significantly. Prolonged sitting isn't just a physical issue, it's a brain issue. Research shows that older adults who are sedentary for long periods are more likely to experience memory loss, difficulty concentrating, higher risk of Alzheimer's and dementia, increased feelings of depression and isolation. Movement, even light movement, keeps your brain sharp by boosting blood flow and releasing mood-lifting chemicals. Here's the hard truth. Even if you exercise 30 to 60 minutes a day, it may not be enough to counteract the negative effects of sitting for the remaining 8 to 10 hours. Think about that. 1 hour of movement vs 10 hours of stillness, it's like watering a plant once in the morning and then baking it in the sun all day. Eventually, it starts to wilt. You don't need to start training for a marathon. You just need to build micro movements into your day. Here's how. Repeat button stand up every 30 to 45 minutes. Set a timer on your phone. Woman dancing march in place. During TV commercials, person standing stand. While talking on the phone, sponge. Do light chores like folding laundry or tidying up. Chair, use a chair for balance. And do heel raises or leg lifts. Television, watch a documentary. While gently stretching or doing seated yoga, I used to walk every morning. But then I'd sit most of the day reading or watching the news. My legs started getting weaker, and I had trouble sleeping. Once I started standing up every 30 minutes and pacing during phone calls, everything changed. My back pain eased, and I felt less stiff in the mornings. Richard M. 74. Want to make this easy and automatic? Try this. 5 o'clock after every meal. Walk around your home for 5 minutes. Bed before bed. Stretch your legs for 2 minutes. Cup with straw when drinking water. Do 10 arm circles. Telephone receiver each phone call. Pace the room instead of sitting still. These triggers turn normal moments into health-boosting opportunities. Not everything that sounds healthy actually is. In fact, some of the most common wellness routines older adults follow may be accelerating the aging process silently. It sounds strange, doesn't it? We grow up being told that being clean is healthy, and it is, in moderation. But here's the hidden truth. Daily hot showers, especially with antibacterial soaps, strip your skin of its natural protective oils. And for adults over 65, whose skin is already thinner and drier due to aging, this can lead to cracking and flaking, increased risk of infections, inflammation, and redness, premature skin aging, and even eczema flare-ups. Think of your skin like a living shield. When it's dry and cracked, it's not just a comfort issue. It means your first line of defense is breaking down. And here's where it gets even more serious. Skin inflammation can trigger your immune system to stay in low-grade fight mode constantly, a state that accelerates aging and increases your risk for chronic conditions like heart disease and arthritis. Let me be clear. I'm not saying stop showering, but the goal is smarter hygiene, not stricter hygiene. Here are a few doctor-approved adjustments. White heavy checkmark, shower every 2 to 3 days. Unless you've been sweating heavily, white heavy checkmark, use lukewarm water, not hot. White heavy checkmark, switch to gentle, fragrance-free cleansers, or skip soap on your arms and legs altogether. White heavy checkmark, always moisturize immediately after bathing. While your skin is still damp, white heavy checkmark, consider cleansing wipes or sponge baths between full showers. As your skin heals and maintains moisture, you'll notice less itching at night, fewer unexplained rashes, and even better quality sleep. You'll feel more comfortable in your body, and when your skin's happy, your nervous system calms down too. I used to shower every morning out of habit, even if I hadn't done anything. My skin started to crack and itch, and I just thought it was old age. But after switching to every other day and using a gentle cleanser, my skin felt like it belonged to me again. I sleep better now, and I don't scratch at night anymore. Martha C. 79. And showering isn't the only well-meaning routine that may need adjusting. In the next part, we'll talk about overhydrating with plain water and how it affects seniors' kidneys, the dangers of fasting after 65, and whether vitamins are actually helping or harming your aging body. You're going to want to hear what's coming next. We've all heard the rule. Drink at least 8 glasses of water a day. But when you're over 65, this simple piece of advice can actually backfire, sometimes in unexpected ways. Here's something you may not know. Drinking too much water can lead to a condition called hyponatremia. It's a condition where the sodium levels in your blood become dangerously low, causing cells to swell and potentially leading to serious problems like brain swelling, seizures, coma, and in extreme cases, death. As we age, our kidneys become less efficient at excreting excess water, which means that older adults are at higher risk for fluid overload. Another issue is that many medications older adults take, like those for high blood pressure, heart disease, or even pain relief, can contribute to this risk by affecting the balance of water and electrolytes in the body. So, how much water should you really be drinking? Listen to your body and stay hydrated to the point where your urine is pale yellow. If it's too clear, you're probably drinking too much. If it's darker, it could indicate that you need more hydration. You also need to consider the fluids you drink beyond just water. Herbal teas, soups, and broths are all great ways to stay hydrated, and they're especially beneficial in older age because they can provide additional nutrients your body needs. Dehydration isn't just about feeling thirsty. As we age, the body's thirst signals become weaker. So even if you aren't thirsty, dehydration can still sneak up on you, leading to symptoms like fatigue, confusion, dizziness, dry mouth, and even constipation. Instead of following generic advice, focus on the following. White heavy checkmark, listen to your thirst. White heavy checkmark, aim for 1.5 to 2 liters of fluids a day, depending on your body's needs and the weather. White heavy checkmark, avoid excessive caffeine and alcohol, which can dehydrate you. White heavy checkmark, if you have medical conditions like kidney disease or heart issues, check with your doctor to fine-tune your hydration needs. Dehydration, especially in the elderly, can lead to fainting or falls, which become more dangerous as we age. Urinary tract infections, UTIs, that can escalate into kidney infections, memory problems, which can be mistaken for early signs of dementia. So, make it a priority to check in with your hydration every day. I'll never forget Paul, a patient I worked with for years. He came in one day looking confused and sluggish. He was in his late 70s, so at first, we thought it was just getting older. But after running a few tests, we discovered he was severely dehydrated. He'd been drinking the same amount of water every day, not realizing it was actually making things worse. After working with Paul on adjusting his hydration and diet, he felt so much better in just a few weeks. That's when he told me, "I didn't even realize how much I was suffering until I didn't have to." Hydration is key, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. In the next part, we'll talk about fasting, which has become a trend in recent years. But there's something you need to know. Fasting after 65 can have dangerous consequences if not done correctly. Stay tuned, because we'll dive into this next. Fasting is all the rage in the health world these days. But if you're 65 or older, there's an important catch that you need to know. Fasting, when done incorrectly, can cause serious health complications. Let me explain why. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at managing stress. Fasting can put our bodies in a state of stress that could lead to issues like blood sugar crashes, which can lead to dizziness, confusion, and even fainting. Nutrient deficiencies. Since fasting may limit the essential vitamins and minerals your body needs to stay strong. Muscle loss, which is a huge concern as you age since muscle mass naturally declines, and fasting can exacerbate this dehydration, which we already know is dangerous. And fasting without proper hydration can make things worse. If you still want to try fasting for health benefits, there's a way to do it safely. You don't have to go without food for days on end. Instead, try intermittent fasting, but with caution. This involves limiting eating to a specific time window each day, such as eating only between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m., while still drinking fluids throughout the day. Always consult your doctor before starting any fasting regimen. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water, herbal teas, or broth to stay hydrated during fasting. Eat nutrient-dense foods during your eating windows. Focus on high-quality proteins, healthy fats, and plenty of fruits and vegetables. Avoid extended fasts. Do not fast for more than 24 hours without professional guidance. Pay attention to how your body feels. If you experience dizziness, fatigue, or any signs of distress, stop fasting immediately and seek medical advice. I worked with a patient named Jean who, at age 70, decided to try a popular fasting program. She started skipping meals, thinking it would help her lose weight and feel better. But within just a few weeks, she began to feel weak and lightheaded. Her energy levels plummeted, and her blood pressure dropped dangerously low. After we adjusted her diet and rehydrated her, Jean felt much better and was able to lose weight more safely. She learned the hard way that fasting isn't a one-size-fits-all approach, especially as we get older. Fasting can be an effective tool for some, but after 65, it's important to approach it cautiously. There are safer alternatives to support your health and weight loss goals. Focus on balanced meals, regular exercise, and plenty of rest instead. In conclusion, aging doesn't have to mean slowing down or accepting poor health. You have the power to take control of your health, and it starts with making informed choices about what to eat, how to exercise, and how you approach life as a senior. You are never too old to change your habits and improve your quality of life. In fact, with the right approach, you can feel better than ever. Avoid overhydrating. Too much water can be just as harmful as not enough. Listen to your body's thirst cues and adjust your hydration as needed. Limit fasts. When fasting, opt for intermittent fasting, but always consult with your doctor first. Stay nutrient-dense. As you age, it's crucial to get proper nutrients to support your body's changing needs. Exercise wisely. Opt for low-impact exercises like walking, swimming, or yoga that are easy on your joints but effective at maintaining mobility and strength. I hope this video has helped you understand some common mistakes that people over 65 make with their health. Remember, There's no magic pill for aging gracefully, but with the right knowledge, habits, and mindset, you can age healthily, happily, and with energy. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on how to live your healthiest life at any age. And if you have any questions or personal experiences you'd like to share, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Stay tuned for more videos on health and wellness for people over 65. In the meantime, take care of yourself, and remember that aging is not a burden, it's a journey.